Welcome, everyone. Happy Monday afternoon. It's great to be here. Thank you for joining us today. Um, my name's Steve Katz. I'm here with Jessica, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about Apple Professional Learning Academies. And I should go ahead. Go ahead, Jessica.
Hi, it's okay. I'm Dr. Jessica Hale. I'm an Apple Professional Learning Specialist and an experienced school administrator. I've had the pleasure of working with Steve and facilitating the Apple Leadership Academy here in KL last fall. And we're really excited to share with you a couple new opportunities for both the Apple Leadership Academy and the Apple Learning Academy coming to Bangkok in the next couple of months.
And as I said, my name is Steve Katz, and I've been in technology leadership for over 20 years and an APLS for over 10 years, delivering professional development and workshops throughout Asia and actually a little bit beyond that. I want to say that we are excited about the different academies that we're going to be presenting. We, end of last year in November, we had a successful leadership academy in Kuala Lumpur, and all of this, I should mention, is sponsored by 407 Learning. They're the Apple Professional Learning provider who is behind all of this and who supports with all of the logistics and everything.
So Apple Professional Learning offers two types of academies for educators. The first one that we're going to talk about is the Leadership Academy. The Leadership Academy is really focused on emerging, middle, and senior leadership. The Learning Academy is for all educators leading or seeking to deliver professional learning within their schools. Each of the academies have their unique outcomes, but both are very powerful learning experiences for educators in both the content and also the networking that's going to happen during the 3-day experience. So we're excited to share with you that, first of all, the Apple Leadership Academy. We'll dive a bit into some of the competencies that you're going to learn during the Leadership Academy.
And go ahead.
So the Leadership Academy uses 6 core topics to take leaders through the process of developing a strategic plan to inspire innovation and go back to their schools. So each competency links back to these practical tools and application for how leaders might support their schools in their innovation journey. So as you can see on the screen, those competencies are vision, culture, team building capacity, measurement, and community. And we'll talk about those a little bit more in depth in the next slide. Go ahead, Steve.
Many of us work with schools to inspire and equip teachers, and at the classroom level to think about programs and lessons. And Leadership Academy is unique in that it allows educators with influence within their schools to step outside of that and think strategically at a whole school or program level on how they might impact continuous innovation. The Academy is structured in such a way that it supports middle and senior level leaders. And just to give you an example, we had a librarian in the Kuala Lumpur Academy who was developing a proposal for her senior leadership team to create innovative spaces in the library. We also, in that same group, had a senior leadership member who was strategizing how to upskill more than 100 teachers before becoming one-to-one with an iPad rollout. And so exploring these topics, they were able to take themselves, we were able to take all the leaders at the different levels from a visioning of their ideas and giving them a tool to be able to measure the impact of their strategic plan.
So this is just a sample agenda of what the day might look like. So you can see that we work through getting to know one another. We're really wanting to make sure that the part of the experience is the networking that's going to happen during the 3 days. Then as we work through those 6 core competencies, we're also looking at labs, some hands-on activities with Apple technologies. And this is all building into the strategic plan that will be ready to take back to your school. One of the powerful parts of this experience is that you have leaders within the room that's going to help you get feedback on your strategic plan, as well as a facilitators to help you really refine. And for that last day, then you present your strategic plan to the team and then get some additional feedback and then go away, and you're able to put that into practice very quickly within your own schools.
So I just want to give you a moment to read this quote from one of our recent participants. And another quote from a participant who preferred to remain anonymous.
And just to highlight that a bit, one of the things that we found from our participants was it was really powerful to have emerging leaders in the room as well as senior leadership, because those emerging leaders could really get an idea of what the strategic planning and implementation of some of these things around teams and capacity and culture through networking with the other levels of leaders that were in the room. So really powerful aspect of that is if you're leading in your school, if you're leading a group of students, if you're leading a project or an initiative, if you really want to see and drive innovation, the Leadership Academy is a really powerful experience, as you can see from the quotes from our previous participants. So when you graduate from the Leadership Academy, you do receive a participant certificate, and it is counted as 18 hours of CEUs or CPD, depending on what you're looking for. But we found that many participants can use this for renewing their licensures or issuing to their schools. So every participant will get this certificate, and they will also get a badge on the next slide that they can share on their signature lines and their social media that signifies they've become an Apple Leadership Academy ambassador.
All right. We also wanted to briefly share about the Apple Learning Academy. And the Apple Learning Academy is designed to equip teacher leaders. And the Learning Academy is ideal for a teacher who may be an Apple teacher or an Apple Learning coach and want to learn more, or a school is needing to equip some teacher leaders. So it really fits in for both of those things. And it's definitely a great opportunity to grow.
So similar to Leadership Academy, the Learning Academy has 6 topics that they cover to equip leaders with the skills they need to support continuous learning in their school. At the end of this experience, participants will develop a personal action plan for innovation that they can bring back to their schools. So as a Leadership Academy is looking at this whole vision structure for program, the Learning Academy is a personal vision statement, personal action plan. And so looking through the lens of planning and facilitation, how to be a good facilitator, how to develop a culture of learning with groups that you might be delivering professional learning, how to develop community using creativity. We use the Everyone Can Create curriculum, as well as the Everyone Can Code curriculum throughout. These are the 6 topics that are wrapped around the learning experience at the Learning Academy.
During the 3-day experience, educators will gain new skills for leading professional learning. A key component of the Apple Learning Academy is the collaborative nature of the experience. And so all the participants will be connecting with a growing community of innovative leaders as they explore and share learning and teaching best practices. And this isn't just limited to the people who are in that cohort. There's actually a larger group that they will be introduced to where they can collaborate, share, receive. It's a great opportunity. Throughout the Apple Learning Academy, educators gain skills with iPad, Mac, and Apple creativity and coding apps to build their capacity and build the capacity of others at their schools or organizations. In order to create some impact after the Apple Learning Academy, educators will develop an action plan for innovation and impact at their schools or organizations. There is a prerequisite for the Learning Academy. There's an application video, and also there is a requirement to have either the Apple Teacher Recognition or the Apple Learning Coach certification. This is not really the type of academy, if you don't know anything about technology, you've never picked up a laptop or an iPad, really needs to be a level up from there.
And just to add to that, if you live in a region in which Apple Teacher or Apple Learning Coach is not available to you, please reach out to Steve and I, because we do have some alternate opportunities. We do recognize that we have people coming from countries in which those programs are not available. And so if that is you, then just reach out to us personally to just ask some questions, and we can discuss that with you individually.
And we'll give you our email addresses at the end.
All right. So, go ahead, Steve.
Go ahead.
Well, similar to the Leadership Academy, it's a 3-day experience in which we dive deep into professional learning. And so really you're going to get the opportunity to look through what is culture of professional learning. What are some good practices for good facilitation and good construction of professional learning experiences. Woven throughout the experience is also labs where we look at the everyone can create, everyone can code curriculum. We look at some of the supporting offerings, and then we work together to create that plan, a plan of innovation that you're going to bring back. So it's a very high-paced, fast 3 days. But you will be equipped with skills, as Steve said, to help you be successful when you go back to deliver professional learning within your context.
And like the Leadership Academy, you will receive a certificate, an ambassador certificate. This is also 18 hours of professional learning that you can use for your accreditation or turn into your school and those kind of things that Jessica discussed. It also comes along with the lockup that you can use in your email signature and other documents, or when you're presenting. And you'll get a variety of, you get 2 different colors of those to be able to use as needed.
So we're super excited to be offering both of these academies within the next couple of months, and both in Bangkok. So Leadership Academy is coming up just in the next couple of weeks. So reach out to us. We do still have a few spots available for that academy. And then the Learning Academy will be in April. And we are running the Learning Academy as a pilot. It's the first one to run in Southeast Asia. So we have some opportunities for there in terms of piloting and what that looks like. But we're very excited to bring both of these in the next couple of months. All right. So questions. What questions do you have for us? And while we're waiting on a few of those, I'll just mention that while we're offering the academies in both March and April, specifically the Learning Academy, if you're a school that is looking to bring this experience to your school, it is Apple Professional Learning that we can bring to your school if you have a group of teachers who might benefit from engaging in the academy at a whole school level. And we'll start monitoring the chat and see if anybody has questions.
I guess we must have covered it, Jessica. I'll post our email addresses in the chat. So if you have any further questions, you can find us. I'm Steve Katz at 407learning.com, or there's Dr. Jessica Hale at 407learning.com, and we would be happy to answer any questions that you think of later on.
And we'll hang out for a couple of minutes and see if we might have. Oh, we got one popped up. I'll read it, Steve, and maybe you can answer it. Hi, is it okay to come alone or better as a group to the Learning Academy?
I mean, it's perfectly fine to come alone. I think it's beneficial to the school to come as a group. And we had a couple of participants in our Leadership Academy last time that came from the same school, and that common experience they felt was going to be really helpful when they went back to their schools to implement their strategic plans.
Yeah, and I'll add to that this curriculum isn't new. It's been revised throughout the years. So it's been delivered in the US. And one thing that as we were onboarded and trained on it, what they have seen in other countries, that it's beneficial to maybe have your leadership attend the Leadership Academy and then have a few of your staff members attend the Learning Academy, because there's this common language and common call to action around both of the academies. It just really has a powerful opportunity to get everybody on the same page and going towards a similar goal.
And we do have planned for in the future to have concurrent academies. So we'll see. We'll keep you posted on that one.
All right. Any other questions?
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. Okay. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I see we've got quite a few people from around the region. So that's a great thing. Thank you all for joining us. We'll hang out for a few minutes. So if you think of any questions or want to DM us, we'll be here for maybe five more minutes or so. But thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see one of you, a couple of you, many of you at the Academy in the coming months. But don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. We're here.
Yep. Thanks again, and look forward to seeing you in Bangkok.
Can we go to the last slide? Maybe put our email addresses up there. All right. Well, with that, we're going to conclude the call. Thank you all so much for joining us. And you know where to find us if you have any follow-up questions.